Hey, welcome to Cartoonist Guide to the Bible. I'm Steve Thomason, and this week in the Narrative Lectionary, we are going to the story of Jesus cleansing the temple. And so what I want to do is show you how you can find a cartoonist guide to that. So I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to go to a cartoonistbible.com. And the fastest way to get to this is to hover over the bookshelf, go to John. And right here, this is the homepage for all of what's going on in John. And the key here is visual guides. Click on that and it'll open up all of the visual guides. And we're talking about John chapter 2 this week. And here is the context of John chapter 2. It really happens right after the story of Jesus turning the water into wine, which is the very first sign. And then it contrasts from that story that happens in Cana up in Galilee. And we see here in chapter 2, verse 12, that Jesus moves to Capernaum, and then Passover was near. And here we see Jesus moving toward Jerusalem, from Galilee down to Jerusalem to the temple. And that's where he confronts the money changers in the temple and the leaders in Jerusalem. They challenge him like, hey, what are you doing? What sign do you have to show us for doing this? And he says, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. And they're like, yeah, right. It took 40 years to build this temple. And then John, the author, gives us a clue and says Jesus was really talking about his own body, that when they destroy his body, he would raise it up. And there's all kinds of theology around that, connecting Jesus' body to the temple, to the tabernacle, which takes us back to John chapter 1, where it says that the word became flesh and tabernacled among us. So much good stuff going on. I want to show you that you can download the PowerPoint. Now, this PowerPoint includes both stories of the wedding in Cana, but it also has the story of the cleansing of the temple. Now, again, the point of these PowerPoints is that you can use them to present the text in worship or in your teaching as just a fun way to connect people visually to the text while you're reading it. You just click right here, download this PowerPoint for free, or pay whatever you want to help me keep this website going. And then I also want to point out one more thing right here. At the bottom of these Cartoonist Guide pages, I always put some commentary, and I've got a visual commentary on the scene of cleansing the temple. If you click that, it'll take you to my personal blog, where I walk through just a little deeper study into the text itself and talk about what makes God angry and how it's okay to be angry if we're angry about the things that matter. And so I invite you to read through this commentary where it talks about how what really makes God angry is when people who are in positions of power, especially power that represent God or supposedly represent God, misuse people. I've got some cool illustrations in here about the temple, give you some perspective on the size of the tabernacle in relation to American football field, Solomon's temple, and then Herod's temple. And so I invite you to check this out. I hope that it is helpful for you as you are studying this passage this week, as you're teaching it, as you're preaching it. So hey, leave comments in the Facebook group on the page, share with your friends, and I hope you're having a great day. Blessings on your teaching and preaching.